Hello everyone. Now in this video we'll be seeing the anatomy of circulatory system. Actually the circulation which occurs inside our body by the arteries and the veins. So the human cardiovascular system carries blood from the heart and to all the organs and tissues of the body. So cardiovascular system actually all over the body carries the blood from the heart to the organs, different organs and the tissues. Now if we talk about the development, it develops actually on the 18th day of pregnancy in the cells of embryo, and they form a cluster, outer cell and inner cell, and later the tubes actually expand and combine to form network, and thus primitive blood vessel is formed. Okay, so what are the elements actually we will see in the circulatory system? What are these elements? So we have arteries, we have veins actually, venules, veins. Basically we have three elements: artery, veins and capillaries. And further small, we have small blood vessels which connects. Actually we have arterioles and venules, and between arteries and veins we have capillaries which connects each other. Now we have three layers in arteries: intima, which is innermost layer; media, which is the middle shell, thickest in arteries; adventitia is the outer, and it consists of collagen and elastic fibers and protects the over expansion of the vessel. So adventitia is made for the protection for the expansion of the artery. The outer layer of the small blood vessel has vasa vasorum. Okay, and next blood vessel we have arterioles. So this arteries you can see in this diagram. So you can see the arteries here, thick wall they are having, small lumens, and they are made up of muscles and elastic layers. Vein we will discuss as we will discuss the theoretical part. And transition from artery to arteriole is gradual, progresses thinning of vessel wall and decrease in the size of its lumen. So as the artery progresses to arterioles, then there is decrease in size and of the lumens. We have small arteries and arterioles which act to control valves through which the blood is ejected into capillaries. So they just act like valves. After the arteries, arterioles comes and they becomes narrow, and they just protect the ejection of the blood into capillaries. So now next blood vessel we have venous, vein. The main function of venule is to collect the blood from network of capillaries. So actually collect the blood from capillaries. Okay. In veins we serve to carry blood from peripheral tissues to the heart. So veins actually carries the blood from all the organs to the heart. Arteries actually brings the blood from heart to other bodies, oxygenated blood, full of oxygen. They bring the deoxygenated blood. Okay. Endothelial lining is surrounded by media, outer and adventitia. Like arteries, they also have three layers, that is intima, media, that is middle, then outer, adventitia. Endothelial lining is actually your intima, okay, inner layer. And blood pressure, if you talk about in veins, which is low as compared to arteries. Valves in veins are present in lower extremities because when the blood flows in upward direction, so when the pressure is at the saturation point, then there is valves which actually protects protects the backflow of the blood again in the lower extremities. So as the blood pushes upward, then this valve closes so that the blood which has been pushed does not come downward. Now veins are most expandable than arteries. Vein run parallel to arteries. Vein run parallel to arteries. Okay. Now what is the anatomy of the arterial network? We will see. So we have this diagram. So just first we have pulmonary trunk, right pulmonary artery which divides left pulmonary artery, and these two vessels flow into lungs and reaches the alveoli. Then the blood is oxygenated and joins the large blood vessels. They'll reach pulmonary vein, and which they carries oxygenated blood from lungs to the left atrium of the heart, and from them aorta to other bodies. Okay, so this is, you can see this is the diagram. This diagram you can see this is aorta, okay, aortic arc, and further this arteries has different branches. Upward you can see brachiocephalic from left side, that is right side, subclavian, and here you can see common carotid and your subclavian, right and left. Okay, further subclavian continues in axillary, axillary to brachial, brachial to radial ulnar, and digitalis and metacarpals. Like this we have further we have divisions of aorta. Till the thorax we have thoracic aorta. When it reaches the abdomen, abdominal aorta, till this part. You get a marking here, abdominal. Okay, So this abdominal aorta. Further, abdominal aorta divides into your common iliac arteries. This you can see, this two divergence, and further it divides into internal iliac, this internal, and external continues into femoral. Femoral continues into your this femoral you can see, and femoral continues into popliteal into anterior tibial and posterior tibial, peroneal, dorsal pedis, and metatarsal. So this is actually the main arterial system in our body. Okay, that what I have written actually. The aorta originates from left ventricle, ascending aorta, arc of aorta, descending aorta. Okay, three parts we have. In this diagram you can see, this is arc, this is ascending, this is descending. Okay. Now later divided into thoracic abdomen, as I told you, three large arteries depart from aortic aorta, brachiocephalic, left common, subclavian, both the sides. Supply blood to head, basically neck and arms, as I told you. Two vertebral arteries, one of which is branch of brachiocephalic, other is left subclavian. So we have vertebral arteries also, which originates from one side from brachiocephalic, one side from subclavian. They join in the brain to form basilar artery, and brain is then supplied by circle of villi by anterior cerebellar artery and internal carotid artery. Further, they have these arteries. Now what we have in the venous system. The veins collect blood from capillaries. So what is the connection? I will show you between capillaries. So here you can see this. As I told you, arteries we have here arterial small. These are venules. These are veins which will be taking blood to the heart. They will bringing away from the heart. Okay. So this deep between small we have numerous capillaries. Okay, so like veins, similar we have veins also by the name of arteries which we discussed, but we have superficial and deep veins. So these lie under the skin and collect blood from capillaries, and deep actually have the similar name to arteries. So we have radial ulnar vena, as I told you, radial ulnar arteries. Okay, I have diagram which show you. It's actually similar like this only, just you have to remember the name here. Just convert into vein to arteries. Okay, artery to vein. We have brachial vein, first strip we have axillary vein, then subclavian, external jugular will come, they will merge to brachiocephalic to superior vena cava, and inferior vena cava actually receives blood from the leg. Okay, lower part. So you can see in this heart we have this inferior vena cava, this is superior vena cava. So superior vena cava will be receiving blood from the upper part, that is neck, brain and the arms, and inferior will be receiving from the lower part of the legs and abdominal cavity and pelvis. Okay, so this is the venous system. It has similar diagram. Now what is capillaries? Capillaries, as I told you, connection between arteries and veins. So they are this much amount they are present. Microscopic capillaries ensures exchange of fluids, nutrients, waste products between blood and tissues. So these are the functions. And largest capillary is approximately 0.2 mm. Okay, so this is actually the blood circulation of the anatomy of the circulatory system. Thank you.